Welcome back and thank you for joining me for yoga practice. So I'd like to start with just a seated position, so any seat of your comfort, and then we can connect to the heart if we feel like doing so, maybe bringing one hand or even both hands on the heart center. Just taking a few breaths together, simply inhaling and exhaling, and inhaling and exhaling, centering, inhaling and exhaling, feeling the connection to the heart, inhaling and exhaling and inhaling. Good, and exhaling. Maybe one more inhale and exhale, letting go. Good, and then we can come to a tabletop position. So hands and knees on the ground. Just getting comfortable here. And starting with a few cat-cow movements. So on inhale, I arch in the lower back, I look up. And then exhale, I can round the lower back and tuck in the belly. And engage in Ujjayi breath. Inhaling, looking up, arching the lower back. And exhaling, rounding. Really focusing on the area of the lower back of the belly, sucking in and up. And inhaling, Ujjayi breath, creating a sound in the throat, arching the lower back and then looking up. Exhaling. And inhaling. Exhaling. Good, and inhaling. Now exhaling back to child's pose. Inhaling up again into cow pose. Exhaling child's pose. Inhaling cow pose. Exhaling back child's pose. And now inhaling cow pose. And from here exhaling into downward facing dog, just the toes on the ground and pushing back. And inhaling knees down again into cow pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. So if you're really familiar, you can have the eyes closed, chin tucked in downward facing dog. Inhaling, knees down again. Just flowing with the breath. Arching lower back, exhaling, downward facing, pushing back. Shoulders roll away from the ear. Inhale, down again. Palm, the inner side of the palm pushes down, all the fingers are engaged. Exhale, downward facing. And one more, inhale down into cow pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. So staying here now, 4 breaths stationary, but inhaling, lifting the chest to the chin. And exhaling, engaging Bandha, Mula Bandha if you're familiar with that. Uddiyana Bandha, the belly tucks in and up on exhale. Inhaling, chest lifts. Exhaling, the belly engages. Inhaling, the chest lifts. Exhaling, the belly engages. Inhaling, chest lifts. And one more time, exhale, belly engages. Inhale down onto the knees and into cow position, arching the lower back and the head comes up. And then exhale simply back into child's pose for a short moment of resting. Just letting the breath return to normal. Feeling the heartbeat on the thighs, Okay, good. On the next inhalation, coming up onto the knees and hands again into cow pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, right leg lifts straight to the roof. And exhale, bringing it all the way through, stepping it in between the hands. Other knee comes down. And inhale, we can lift and doing these cactus arms, just coming up here. Exhale, down again and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, other leg, left leg lifts straight to the roof. Exhale, bringing it all the way through. Right knee comes down and then inhaling, expanding the chest, opening cactus-shaped arms and exhaling back down, downward facing dog. Now inhale into plank pose, forward. Exhale down into chaturanga or all the way to the floor. I demonstrate that. Inhale, cobra position, or alternatively into upward facing dog. Exhale back into downward facing Ujjayi breath. Inhale, knees down, arching the lower back, and exhale, child's pose. Okay, good. Inhaling up into cow pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, right leg lifts straight to the roof, and then forward into in between the arms. Inhaling, coming up into cactus shapes, arms, expanding the chest. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Inhale, the other leg, left leg up. Exhale, through and between the legs. Inhale, cactus shapes, arms coming up. Exhale, downward facing. From here, inhale forward into plank pose. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, back into downward facing Ujjayi breath. Inhale, knees down, arching the lower back, and exhale, child's pose. Resting breath. Okay, so let's do this flow a couple of times. Inhaling, coming up into cow position. Exhaling, downward facing dog. From here, inhaling, right leg up. Exhale through and stepping the right leg forward. Left knee comes down. Inhaling, cactus-shaped arms, expanding the chest. Exhaling, back down again into downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, other leg, left leg comes up. And exhale, in between the hands. Knee comes down. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling back down into downward facing dog. From here, inhale forward into plank position. Exhale, lowering down all the way or into chaturanga. Inhale, either upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, knees to the ground. And exhale, back to child's pose. Okay, moving forwards 2 more times. Inhale, coming up, cow pose. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg to the roof. Exhale, stepping through. Knee down, inhale, cactus shapes, arms. And exhale, down again into downward facing. Inhale, other leg lifts. Exhale through. Knee down, inhale, lifting the chest, expanding. Exhale, back down, downward facing. Inhale forward, plank position. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. And exhale, back downward facing. Inhale, knees to ground. Arching in the lower back, good, and exhale back into child's pose. And last round, inhaling. Exhaling, downward facing. Inhaling right up. Exhaling through. Knee down, inhaling, lifting the chest. Exhaling down, downward facing. Inhale, left leg. Exhale through. Inhaling, lifting the chest, the arms. Exhaling, downward facing. Inhaling, plank pose. Exhaling down. Inhaling, lifting into cobra or upward facing. Exhaling, back downward facing. Inhaling, knees to the ground, arching the lower back, and exhale back into child's pose. Alright, so either continuing onwards, maybe doing a few more if you like that, or to finish up, I will just come into a supine position, just lying down on the back and holding the knees to a rest for as long as I would like to do that before I finish off with the practice. Just really enjoying the restfulness also after movements. Thank you so much for joining me for this short yoga flow. Please make sure to check out any other videos that you might be interested in. I'm really happy to see you in one of the next ones.